So I am refinishing today our buffet in our living room. It's been driving me crazy and I've been wanting to do it for a while. We just had company for a week and we had Jacob's graduation party and my 50th. So it was very busy. So we hadn't had a chance, and just with Jake finishing college and all kinds of projects, we just haven't had a chance to do this. But I am happy to say I am tackling it today. This buffet is getting yellowy, mainly because we have plants here and it tends to get a ring or it just starts to yellow. A lot of white paints tend to yellow. I'm not really sure why. We're investigating that. But what I am trying to do today is I'm going to take the finish off of this the best that I can. I'm going to sand the heck out of it and I'm going to repaint a lot of the white around here. I'm going to try to do it without taking off the handles again because frankly it's a pain in the neck. So I am going to clean this up, make it nice and fresh and new again the best that I can, and then we will move it back in and decorate it with my finds from Wednesday from HomeSense. So I am going to work on that now. That is our project for today. Hi folks, so we're kind of on an overcast, very warm day, and I thought what a great day where we didn't have the rain. It's time to strip this top of this buffet here. So I'm going to put our paint stripper that we've been using here. It's a clean strip with color change. What's great is it changes color, so you know it's getting ready to be done. It'll go on blue and it'll dry white. Just doing the top. We're trying to get this top layer back down to wood the best we can. So I might have to strip it twice with the paint stripper, and then I'm going to sand it like crazy. And I'm going to keep the rest of it painted white, but I am going to touch it up. This particular buffet is lovely white. It just doesn't stay that way. I'm using an old paintbrush that I don't care for too much, and we use it specifically for this because it will destroy the paintbrush. It just helps it go on nice and smoothly. Once it's soaked in really good for, I don't know, about 15 minutes, I'll check it. It might go up to a half hour, but it usually is about 15 minutes. And if it goes really well, I'll start sanding. But I'm guessing with the layers on here, it's going to take at least 2 coats. We're putting this paint stripper on this is because the white paint, although it looks lovely, it always gets very yellow with the white on this cherry wood furniture. And we've done that to a few pieces of ours. We really have done the, we really like how we've done the white paint and the wood, and sometimes the black paint and the wood. It's been a nice look we've been going for. Let's see what happens, guys. I'm wearing sunglasses because it's a bright sunny day, so in other words, always wear at least goggles, some kind of eyewear. If you're outside, you're probably okay, but you may want to even put a mask on, and definitely heavy-duty gloves. And I can see it already starting to eat away at the paint. It should start to come up and even bubble a little bit. So I'm going to leave that, and that blue will start to change to a light blue, almost white color. Okay, we'll check back in 15 minutes. Okay, it's starting to change color, so we're going to try to scrape. We're going to see if we can get through this without a ton of cars if I try to say something. But it's still blue in some areas, but it's starting to bubble and come up, and I can see wood through it, and it's starting to change colors, so we're going to give it a shot. Okay. Sun's coming off, guys. It will take a couple layers out. You can even see the wood through it in some spots. That's great. Probably one more coat and we'll be ready to go. Okay, so it did a really, really good job on this. Sometimes the stripper does really well. Sometimes there's just way too many layers. Please don't mind the traffic. If you've been on this channel for a while now, you know the drill. You know when we're outside, there's going to be tons of traffic. It's really showing a ton of the wood, so I'm going to try really hard to do the rest of it through this, but I think just sanding it will probably do a lot of it, but I need to get as much of this paint off as possible just to make it a little easier and also be easy on our sander. We go through a lot of sanding discs. It's working well though, guys. This is strong stuff, so as I said before, make sure you wear protective gear, gloves and at least sunglasses, if not some kind of goggles. Do it outside and protect that skin of yours. And know that it takes about 15 minutes, guys. You want to make sure that you don't wait more than 15 minutes because it will start to be, it'll need to do it again because it will start to almost like adhere to it again like paint. So Paul and I have noticed that 15 minutes seems to be the time frame. This seems to do the trick. But whatever doesn't come off this time, we'll sand it down. I have very good faith that this time we're going to get it down to the wood. This is a really, really good paint stripper. Really nice quality. It is strong, but it's good stuff. I love it because it's fast working, but also because it's really, really tough and good quality. Some pieces are just so old and so many layers, you just really have to cake it on quite a few times. And this product is all thanks to Paul's cousin, her husband, and he was getting out of the business of redoing homes and doing contracting work, and he was getting rid of all his stuff, and he offered it to us, and I'm thrilled because I'm going to look for this for all of our projects. All right, so we're going to give that another 15 minutes. I'll see you back then. Just so you can see the progress, I'm gonna go closer. Look at that, huh? That's only one round of it. So one more round, guys, and this should do the trick and sanding it down. All right. It's been another 15 minutes and we're gonna do it again, and I think this will do the trick. It certainly helps to have like a scraper. You need a little elbow grease, but it's not that bad. So there it is, there we have it. It's down to the wood the best it can with just a little bit of the paint. We're gonna sand it down next. And here we go with the sanding. So as you can see, it came off beautifully, but it is a red mahogany, so it does have that reddish tone. So what I need to do is stain this and then bleach that stain or whitewash it, and then we'll put a matte polyurethane over it. So there we go. So I have yet to decorate this buffet, and I have the drawers sticking out a little bit because I wanted to touch up the drawers a bit. They still somewhat appear a little dingy to me. I was really trying to do this without removing the handles. I think we're okay for now. Once it's dry, I'm going to try to clean it because I think it just got dingy from fingerprints and whatnot. But I did the best I could to touch things up. It's in place, and I'll be decorating it soon. So here is the finished buffet. I have repainted to touch up the white. Again, I feel like it's maybe slightly dingy, so I'm going to probably try to clean it once it's dried for like 24 hours. And I did notice that this door here has been having a hard time closing lately. So I'm going to see if Paul can adjust that and fix that, but it doesn't quite close all the way. But this was a gift from my grandmother. It was hers, and she had left it to me, had given it to me before she had passed, and was, it meant a lot to me. So it was a cherry wood, and it just wasn't my design style, so I had painted it white. As you know, the white cover, the top here, was just not working. It was just, unfortunately, showing a lot of yellowing and wear and tear, and just getting dingy and scratched up. And I realized lately our style is more of the wood with the painted furniture, and I love it. I love the wood top. So what happened, unfortunately, is when I was filming this, the battery had died on this video. So what I decided to do is just kind of give you a quick, brief rundown. So what I had done is, when I first put the stain on here, it was quite dark, and I was okay with it, but I have a feeling I would have changed it. What happened while I was doing that is, when I was after the stain and I had painted, touched up the paint out while I was outside, I decided to do the polyurethane on top, the matte finish. And when I did, even though it was a different rag, I wasn't anywhere near the white paint, somehow white paint smeared on top. I don't know what happened. So what I decided to do was kind of run with it, and oh my God, sometimes, folks, a happy accident occurs, and in this situation, that's exactly what happened. So I had basically had put a rag, I had dipped it in some white paint, and I went over the stain, and then I took another rag and did stain that still had stain on it. I didn't put any more stain on it, and I just went over with it, and I kept doing white paint stain, and I just kept doing it. And what happened was, it ended up doing a finish that I absolutely loved. It kind of gave a gray wash or a beachy feel to it. It started to do like a driftwood feel to it. So that sometimes that mistake can be a happy accident. So in this case, that's exactly what happened. So here is the finished product. I don't think I'll be putting the plants back on here because I don't want to ruin this finish. But as you can see, you will see some of our finds from yesterday. This Martha Stewart vase with arrangement. It's so pretty. And this candle here with the wood tap. We have our lantern that we always had, and some of this other decor that was here. So there's a finished result. I love it. Hopefully Paul will love it when he gets home, and I hope you all love it too. But just keep in mind, sometimes accidents can be really wonderful discoveries. So I hope you I hope I explained it enough because, like I said, the battery ran out, but hopefully you'll like it. I know I love it. And there you go. So thanks for joining us, folks.